to go over some of the more intermediate core exercises. You can look at a previous video on some of the more beginner and basic exercises, but today we're going to touch on some of the intermediate. All of these are going to be face down on the ground with your feet in the handles. So, a couple ways to get into it. You can always just sit down, place your feet into it if you've got the flexibility to do that. If you don't, one option for you is going to be to sit, and you're going to almost sit Indian style. What you're going to do is place one foot into one of the loops, cross the other foot over, place that one in the loop, and simply flip yourself over. So you can always try that variation as well. All of these are going to be in a position going off of the plank position that we covered in the previous video. You can be up on the forearms holding your plank nice and steady. You can have the hands right underneath the shoulders holding there as long as those wrists can support you. Whichever option works best for you is going to be totally fine. What we're going to start with, we've covered your knee tuck straight to the middle where you're pulling the knees in, driving them back. We can work your obliques as well, and to do that, I'll do it facing the camera. You're going to bring your knees to the side and towards your elbow, and of course hit that other side. So it's in, push the feet back out, nice and controlled. You're not swinging between the two movements, but moving in a nice controlled manner. If your wrist can take it and you've got a little more flexibility through the hamstrings and a little bit more core strength and hip flexor strength, you can try out the pikes. And what those look like is all the way up on those hands, drive the hips up, lower right back down. Drive the hips up, lower down. More of an advanced option, but again, if you have that flexibility, go ahead, give it a try, even if it's just for a few. Another option, any of your planks. So planks are always great for your core work. One of the ways we talked about in the last video was holding your plank nice and straight here. You can hold it there. If you'd like to rock slightly forward and back, that's going to be your body saw. It's going to be just a little step up, an intermediate version of that plank. Then what we haven't covered is a side plank. So what you're going to do with this side plank is keep both feet in the cradles, again forearm or wrist, and you've got three variations of the foot placement on this. You can stack your feet, that's going to be your easiest one. You can take your front leg forward, that's going to be a little bit harder, and your hardest version is going to be that top leg sitting back. Now you can put those toes into the back of the foot, that works just fine. And what you're going to do is keep those feet suspended, push up onto your elbow, and hold that side plank. You're trying to keep yourself as steady as possible. Only slight movements through the feet, if there's any movement at all. Try to keep it very, very minimal. So test those out, see how it goes, especially if the other ones aren't really hitting your core quite as much now and you've advanced. Give those a shot. Let me know how